Good morning, first grade. Welcome to another week. Today is Monday, April 27th, 2020, and we are in Unit 5, Week 2. Today we are going to be working in our Student Interactive, and we will begin on page 56 and 57 for our weekly launch. And our weekly launch is based on a website. When you look at these two pages, and you see these hands, it almost looks like those hands are holding a tablet. And so we're looking at a web page. I'm going to read the introduction of this to you. It says, seasons here and there. What season is it in different parts of the world? Check a website. A website has digital features such as videos and a search bar. A website can be multimodal. It has a combination of words, pictures, videos, and sounds. So when you take a look at this first page, page 56, it says it's winter here, and that's in Chicago, and that's in the United States, in the state of Illinois. When you look at the tablet on the next page, it says it's summer here, and that's in Sydney, Australia, which is another country. And so you can see that in two separate countries, in two different places, it can be the exact same time, but it's different seasons. And so that leads us to our weekly question. It says, what are seasons like around the world? And so that's what we're going to be working on this week in Unit 5, Week 2. Go ahead and turn to page 58. We're going to be working on some phonics. We'll be working from page 58 all the way to page 64. So take a look. It says different sounds. Say the name of each picture. Listen for the vowel sound. Tell which picture name has the long U sound, and tell which picture name has the short U sound. So here I see a picture of a cube, and I hear the U sound, and here I see a picture of a duck, and the letter U makes the sound. So this picture of a cube has the long U sound. You hear cube, cube. This picture of the duck, you hear the k, and that sound is the short U sound. Then we're going to talk a little bit about long I, spelled I-G-H. Remember when it's a long I or long vowel sound, those letters or letter make that sound. The letter says its name. So for example, you see the word right and the word sigh. In both of those sounds, when I break these apart for you, in both of those words, you'll hear that long I sound. So for example, I, right. I, sigh. So in both of those words, whether it's in the middle of the word or at the end of the word, those three letters, the I-G-H, make the long I sound, just like in the example up here in the word tight. T-I-T, tight. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the next page. We're on page 59. So on this page, you're going to decode these words, which means to read them and sound them out, but I'll be reading them for you, and then you can try again on your own later today. Right, bright, fright, light, sight, flight, sigh, night, flashlight, high, tight, nightlight. So all of these words have that long I sound spelled I-G-H. For my turn, you have two problems, and it says to write I-G-H to finish the words, then read the sentences. So they've already completed the first word for you. I like the bright sun. What do you think this is going to say? Sunlight. I like the bright sunlight. So you need to trace this I-G-H, and in the word sunlight, we're missing the letters I, G, and H. On problem 2, it says she likes the stars at, if I fill in I-G-H, I see the N, which makes the N sound. I'm filling in I-G-H, which makes the I sound. And then I see the letter T, which makes the T sound. N, I, T, night. She likes the stars at night. Let's go ahead and move on to page 60. On page 60, we have more long I practice, spelled I-G-H. You are going to read these sentences and underline the words with the long I sound. So the first sentence has already been completed for you. Dwight looks out at night. What about the second sentence? He grips his flashlight tight. You should underline the word flashlight because in the second part of that word light, I hear and see the long I sound with I-G-H, light. And I also need to underline the word tight because I hear and see the long I sound spelled I-G-H in the word tight. The next line says, it is very bright. I see my I-G-H in the word bright. There you go. And I hear the I sound, bright. And last but not least, this last sentence says, the light helps his sight. We already know that we should underline the word light because we underlined flashlight, which has that word inside of it. And I should also be underlining sight. I have the I-G-H making the long I sound. For my turn, it says to write another sentence about Dwight using a word with long I spelled I-G-H. So you can go ahead and do that part on your own. You can pause the video and do it now, or you can do it after you watch the video. Whenever you're ready, we'll move on to the next page. Page 61. So we are talking about some segment and blend sounds. Look at these pictures. What is each person's job? It says to say each sound as you name each picture, then say the picture names again. So in this first picture, I see a teacher, and in the second picture, I see a sailor. And so what does a teacher do? A teacher will teach. That's the root word or the base word. And what does a sailor do? A sailor will sail. Also the root word or the base word. And so to make the sound at the end of those words, we have to add a suffix. And in the English language, this is kind of tricky because we can make the sound, but we can spell it two different ways. In this case, with these words, we add the suffix er or or. Let me read that to you so you understand. It says a suffix is a word part added to the end of a word to make a new word. The suffixes er and or mean one who blank. So for example, reader means one who reads. Sailor means one who sails. Okay? That could be the same as teacher, one who teaches. So let's read this word. I see act, and I see or making the sound. Actor, actor. So an actor is one who acts. Someone maybe on a TV show or in a drama, which is another word for a play. Let's move on to page 62. Page 62 has the words you need to know this week. These are words you need to remember and practice. You have the word done, once, upon, wash, and water. I'm pretty confident you can work on this page on your own. If you need help, ask someone at home or reach out to me. But your job is to read the sentences and try and fill in the blanks. I suggest looking at the sample. We've already used the word once. Circle it in the word box or cross it out so you know that you can't use it again. Let's move on to page 63. We have more practice with our suffixes We'll read these words together. Player, sailor, trainer, actor, leader, painter. And so you can see in these words, all of these words have that root or base word. For example, play, sail, train, act, lead, and paint. So like we talked about before, a painter would be a person who paints. A leader would be a person who leads. For the my turn, your job is to say each picture name and draw a line to match the picture. If for some reason that's tricky for you, read the word and then find the picture. So for example, I see this picture. If I was unsure what this was a photo of, I know that, is that a teacher, a farmer, or a sailor? It looks like a picture of a farmer, and I will connect the picture and the word with a line. Do the rest on your own at home. Let's move on to page 64. This is our last page of phonics for the day. You're going to use the words actor, player, painter, and teacher to complete the sentences. You are going to add the correct words from the box. So let's do this one together. It says, Joe wishes to be a baseball player. I'm going to cross out player or circle it. I've used that word. The second sentence says, he will be an blank in a play too. He will be an actor He will be an painter, or he will be an teacher in a play too. Remember what I said on the last page? An actor is somebody who acts, somebody who can act in a play. So we are going to write he will be an actor in a play too. Cross it out or circle it. Your next sentence says, then he will make arts as a blank. Which one of these words is related to arts? Painter, because a painter is someone who paints. Then he will make art as a painter. So for the my turn, you have to write your own sentence with the word from the box that we did not use. We use the word player, we use the word actor, and we use the word painter. So the only word left is teacher. Write a sentence using the word teacher. If you wanted to use my example, you could say, a teacher is someone who teaches. When you're ready, we're going to move on. We are going to skip the decodable story, although that's something that you are more than welcome to do at home if you would like to. And we're going to take a look at our anchor chart on page 68 and 69. Tomorrow we'll start our reading. We will be reading another informational text, and so I want to review what that type of text is, that genre of the text. It says an informational text can have text features. Text features help readers find and learn information. A label names what is in a picture. So this is an animal you're probably familiar with, but if it wasn't, you'd have this label here. So we see a picture of the animal, we see the label, we know that this is a frog. Set a purpose. Readers set a purpose before they begin reading. They think of a reason for reading a text. Okay, so the turn and talk says to look at the title and pictures before reading this week's text. Talk about a purpose or reason for reading the text. So if I were to skip forward, the text that you'll be reading is called Seasons Around the World. You're welcome to start looking through it, but you are not reading it until tomorrow. But think back to our weekly launch. The purpose of reading this is to find out more about seasons around the world and learn a little bit more about how it can be summer in one place, and in another part of the world it could be winter. Let's go back. We need to finish looking at page 69 for our anchor chart for informational text. So when you think of informational text, this type of text has a lot of text features. In this case, we will have pictures and labels. So that's something you'll want to look out in your article this week. So again, all we're doing today is working on our weekly launch, our phonics, and taking a look at that anchor chart. And then tomorrow we will start reading our text. It's called Seasons Around the World. Please reach out to me if you need any help. Have a great day, you guys. Bye.